But I say we end this search and we go back into the past, because now I think we have at least the beginning of the key to unlocking Vera's Cyclox at Drew Studio, which is where I think we're going to find out about the accident. You seem to trust this client quite a lot, in fact. All I have to do is use a good luck charm. So the good luck charm is the nail polish that she puts on. And it's good luck as long as she puts it on her fingers. That makes perfect sense to me. This was what they gave you, wasn't it? It's the same bottles over there on your desk, and it's the same brand that Kristoff uses. Your good luck charm, right?
I heard once cosmetics were once thought to ward off evil. This is a magic bottle. It has the power.
Of course it does. I'll just refrain from commenting anymore on that one. I think I know who gave you that bottle, actually. The one who asked you to do this job. Was this the client? I actually think it was Kristoff. I would have guessed one of the Grammarys, actually. But now I think it was Kristoff. This man is a friend of mine. Know him?
Oh.
His name is Kristoff Gavin. He's a lawyer, actually.
I promised. I promised not to tell.
Oh, we should definitely not know this 7 years in the past. Yeah, that's a lot of juicy health back. Okay, the client.
I'm sorry, I can't talk about the client. I promised. And if I break my promise, the spell won't work.
I don't need a name anymore. I've got my answer. You're pretty confident in this charm, then.
I think they might be the devil.
Huh?
Or maybe an angel?
What do you mean?
I saw it, or I think I saw it, when they gave me this. I saw the devil's face.
Are you saying the client's face looked like the devil's?
No, the client was gentle, with a gentle smile.
So, where'd you see this devil, then?
It was so quick, I don't remember well. But that's when I knew that person wasn't like other people. That's why I believe in my good luck charm.
I'm not sure what this devil she saw was, but it's pretty clear that Kristoff Gavin has her charmed. Well, I think that's all. I'll be leaving now. I'm sorry for what happened. If you want to apologize, try my client, Zach Gramery.
Did I do something bad?
What makes you think that?
Your eyes, they're sad. Very sad.
I'll put on my smile next time I come. I promise. I hope to see you smile then too, Vera.
Oh, okay.
Take care. Girl who I'll never see again. Thinking back on my first encounter with the young forger, I witnessed something of vital importance that day. Of course, by the time I realized it was already too late. The stamp was a murder weapon. So we finished the Drew Studio, but we didn't get any new clues. So what else do we have to make this stuff work? Maybe we can go back and pound our head on the detention center for a little bit. Yeah, I agree with detention center. Let's present. Oh, can we just present things, actually? We haven't been doing that. Maybe he'll talk about these things. Mr. Valant, could you look at this for me, please? Yes, I accept your challenge. Well, challenge? Huh? You want me to make it float, disappear, or shall I simply eat it? Yeah, eat the stamp, yeah. I didn't come here to play games, Mr. Valant. Oh, or watch you do tricks. Yeah, let's show him the envelope. Mr. Valant, could you take a look at this? Oh, it's the same thing. Nothing new. He doesn't seem to like any of this evidence. I'm gonna pull a gun on you. Mr. Valant, could you look at this for me, please? Yes, I accept your challenge. Well, yeah, okay. All right, let's look at the Magatama. Boom, 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 boom. The trick up his sleeve. Dramatic moves and dramatic finales, and he got his wish. His life was taken. His weakness. Matter of life or death. Care to explain? You're true blood in a world of showmanship. The flashier, the better. And flashy so often means danger, doesn't it? And let's make this as painless as possible. If you have proof of this danger, then show it. Have we actually presented the pistol? I don't think we have. Oh, why, that's one of ours. Specially designed for your show, I gather. A single bullet. One shot. What are you suggesting? We are magicians, Mr. Wright, not murderers. I'm not crying murder, Mr. Valant. I'm crying something far more tragic. An accident. Zack and Valant's quick draw shoot 'em. How long has it been since those shots were last heard? Was the shoot 'em cancelled because someone might get hurt? Of course, what other reason could there be? Well, it could have been cancelled because someone had already been hurt. Huh? Fascinating, my Faustian forging friend. But tell me, what can you prove with a single pistol? Well, tell me what would have happened if there had been an accident. What if one of your bullets took a life on stage? The performance of magic is not concerned with what-ifs. It is concerned with precision. Precisely whom do you claim we shot? Looks like I've chosen the right path. Let's just hope he walks it with me. A life was sacrificed so that the show might go on. And this shows who it was. I think the stamp, because it shows that she was part of the troupe. Because it was not just two. A word, if I may. Yes? Does it excite you to know you stand at a critical moment in your quest? Yeah, it does, sort of. Then you'd never make it on stage. You're not fit to be a magician. Give it up. Oh, come on. Fine, it's the locket then. I'm sure you'll find something else to while away the time. Let's figure out who that bullet hit. It's the locket then. But that's Zack Gramarye's wife and Trucy's mother. Thalassa, I believe was her name. Alakazam! But how can you say this? How can you say she was struck by one of our bullets? Still in denial mode, eh? Thalassa was at the greatest risk of being shot, and this clearly shows just how much danger she was in. Now is it the envelope? No, the stamp, I guess. Troupe Gramarye's performances were very, very popular. So popular, they even made a commemorative stamp at the height of your fame. We were not merely the latest craze, we were an age, a golden age. It's all here on this stamp. There's Thalassa, yes? Ugh! Trucy's mother is missing, I hear. What happened to her? I don't know! A part of his memory is still locked up. There is one thing you're failing to address. What's that? As you say, our troop was a world unto itself. If our leader, Magnifi, was so inclined, he could hide anything he wished with ease. But Mr. Wright, then he would have hit a crime, making him an accomplice. Not a great foundation for blackmail. Valant's got a point. If one of the troop members died in an accident, and Magnifi covered it up, his innocence would have come into question. Found the right address, Mr. Wright? I'm so close, there has to be something about how Thalassa's death could affect Zack and Valant's relationship with Magnifi. I see in your eyes you still have something to say. How can you possibly prove more than you already have? I'll prove why Thalassa's accident tied your hands so completely. With evidence or with a person? Can I change my mind if I guess the wrong one? Man, this is intense. I think it might be the note? Is it because of Trucy? I'm gonna look at the list of people. It's gonna take a little knowledge of the players to crack this one. The accidental death of Zack's wife tied both your hands. And this information proves how Magnifi held so much power over you. Yeah, I think it's gotta be Trucy. Were you by any chance trying to threaten me? No, of course not. You'll never make a good blackmail artist, never! Not a career choice I'd been considering, actually. Give up your dreams, work an honest job, that's my advice. The troop was a tight-knit unit, it's all about the people involved. Their personalities, their histories. Who was Thalassa really? Oh, I see in your eyes you still have something to say. How can you possibly prove more than you already have? Who was she really? Who was she really? Who was she really? Let's just present Thalassa. It wasn't a question of who shot Thalassa. Thalassa herself was the problem. What do you mean? She was Zack Gramarye's wife, Trucy's mother, and Magnifi Gramarye's only daughter. Ugh! There was a terrible accident, and the two of you killed your mentor's only daughter. If that wasn't the key to Magnifi's power over you, I don't know what was. It was an accident! Unlock successful, full health restored. Nom, 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 nom. Blackmail! Alright, we got it. There's no proof, none at all! But Thalassa went missing. And your mentor blackmailed both of his disciples. It doesn't take a genius to put one and one together. Ours was a complex family. You mean Troop Gramarye? The master, Magnifi Gramarye, his only daughter, and his two disciples. That does sound like a recipe for disaster, doesn't it? Do not be tempted into faulty flights of fancy. Yes, there was an accident! But that is all it was. An accident. Zack and Valant's tour de force. The guns blaze, the bullets fly straight toward that beautiful body on stage. And then crash, zing, pow, into everything but her. Now that is magic. It happened one day when we were practicing. Same trick, with a new twist and tragedy. But as for whose bullet stole Thalas's life, we shall never know the answer. Thalassa disappeared from our lives, and Zack was bereft of his wife. Trucy lost her mother, and Magnifi, his daughter. And that led to blackmail, I take it. It is all part and parcel of the darkness that comes when the curtain falls. The darkness. Why did Magnifi Gramarye try to cover up the accident? It was his own daughter who died. All I can say is it was a critical time for Troop Gramarye. A passing of the torch from Magnifi to Zack and Valant. We all sacrificed so that it might be a success. Thalas's death was the greatest sacrifice of all. Yet, even when her life was extinguished, her presence was not. What do you mean? In time, we, myself and Zack, found we could no longer oppose Magnifi's wishes. Magnifi forced us to perform his art for his benefit. I see. I guess I can understand. I mean, he did lose his only daughter. But do you not find cowardice in his actions? Huh? To decide to hide the truth of your own daughter's death is one thing. But then, to hang that death as a guillotine above our heads? Things were dark behind the scenes in Troop Gramarye, that's for sure. Does Trucy know? She was not told, naturally. Who would want to know that their father might have taken their mother's life? True. I had not thought of that accident for a very long time. I'm sorry to dredge up old memories, but this has helped a lot. Not to find Magnifi's slayer, I should think. True. After that accident, there was one who came sniffing quite persistently. A reporter? He called himself a newsman at the time. Often I spied him lurking about the dressing room doing his research. Would you happen to remember his name? What was his name? Sorry, I have forgotten. But in the course of his interviewing, he became quite close to my partner, Zack. I liked him not. I see. His name? I do not recall, but his scent, the cloying aroma of mint. Yes, whenever he smiled, which was far too often. I see. Thanks for your help. It does no good to interfere with the past, Mr. Wright. You will not uncover answers, only wounds. I'm sorry. Oh, we know definitely who he's talking about. I've begun to notice a dark curtain hanging over Troop Gramarye. And I began to realize what I had to do. I had to protect Trucy from that darkness. The reporter he mentioned. The newsman. I never learned who that was at the time. Though, I've got a pretty good idea who it is now. That smile and the sickly sweet smell of mint. The last floss-thin thread connecting Zack Gramarye to this world. Sooner or later, I'd have to track him down. Well, we've unlocked all the Cyclocks from 7 years ago. Did we get a new location in the present? We're going back to... Oh, we've got everywhere. We don't have any of these Cyclocks yet, and Gavin's got super dark ones. Now I guess we just keep going. Drew Studio. Where Drew is now passed on. But what else can we get out of Vera? Does she remember us? Does she still think we're cool?
Hey, whoa, what do we have here?
Remember me?
Of course I remember you. Journalist meets sex attorney in bar, in quote.
Can I ask what you're doing here? Mr. Measham was poisoned, and his daughter's...
Oh, yes, I know. Oh, how I know, yes. It's caused me no end of grief, to be honest. Journalist wishes he'd track down case just a little quicker, in quote.
Were you on the trail of this case the whole time?
Zach Gramery was a good friend.
Zach said something to that effect back at the Borscht Bowl Club.
What a character! What a man! A lot, no, extremely rough around the edges.
Do you think I could ask you a few questions?
Oh, you serious? I mean, I'm usually the interviewer, not the interviewee. Journalist, ask questions, not all the way around, in quote. Fine, shoot, I don't care. People have been asking me all sorts of things lately.
Hi. Family of Forgers. Name of a coffee commercial. It was tragic what happened to Drew Measham and his daughter.
Forgery is a serious crime, and they paid the price. You know what really did them in, though, don't you?
Yes. A forged diary page.
The night I interviewed him, I found out something about Mr. Measham I hadn't known.
What's that?
You know, he always felt like he was being watched. Every day for 7 years, walls have ears, potatoes have eyes, in quote.
Being watched? You mean he felt guilty?
No, I'm not talking about feelings here. You know, I felt watched too, the whole time I've been on this case, no less. Journalist gets tingling sensation on back of neck, freaks out, in quote.
Because you felt guilty?
Why would I feel guilty?
You felt like you were being watched, huh? I wonder what it all means. Paranoia. Yeah, let's do that. We'll get to the others in a bit. Drew Measham felt like he was being watched. And you along with him. You sure it wasn't just nerves?
Nerves? Nah, it's nothing so mundane. I stopped paying attention to my nerves a long time ago. But I felt it too. Journalist sure he is being watched. In quote.
Don't
you wonder why Zach Gramery got rubbed out after 7 years? Right after coming into contact with me? He completely vanishes from that courtroom. Then, for 7 years, he talks to no one, not a soul. Then, just as the remaining time was almost up, he contacts me in order to have this made.
And then, he dies.
Starting to put the pieces together, are we?
And you were being watched this whole time?
Maybe not just me. Maybe you were too.
Me? What?
I met Zach through that case, actually.
You mean the shooting of Magnify Grammary?
No, before that. It's not widely known.
You mean the accident during the quick draw shoot 'em practice?
My, you are well informed. You should have seen me back then. I dug up quite the scoop. I wanted it all. Money, fame, women, a little puppy. All for me. Just kiss every single one of them. Kiss the money, kiss the fame, lick the puppy. I do it. I was younger then, and my days and nights smelled of fresher mint than they do now. Mostly schnapps currently. Valant
Grammary did mention one particularly nosy reporter.
In fact, I was on close speaking terms with Magnify Grammary at the time. I knew his daughter too, of course. Thalassa? Yeah, was it? Yeah, that girl.
Really?
Then Thalassa disappeared quite suddenly at that. Magnify wouldn't say a word about it. Yeah, my evil habit got the better of me.
Journalist
catches in a scoop, goes on fleeting frenzy, end quote. I set up a one-on-one interview with Dallas's husband. See? Zach Grammary. Something strange was in the air over at Troop Grammary in those days. The whole screwy mentor controlling disciples seemed and started by then, I'm guessing. Dallas, she was part of it all, right? Come on, you can tell me off the record.
Sorry, I don't know.
Yeah, well, anyway. I kept prying and eventually became friends with Zach. Sure, he punched me once or twice or 5 times consecutively. But over time, he came to see me as his confidant.
What about Valant?
He's been waiting this whole time. 7 years, eh?
Waiting?
For his big comeback, of course. A big revival of the Magnifi miracle. Of course, it's all a dream.
Because of this. The performance rights.
In the absence of any official documents, he was golden. Who's to say the old man didn't give his rights to both Zach and Valant?
So Valant waited until Zach died. Legally, at least.
The time finally comes to balance like a kid on Christmas morning.
He's getting ready for his show at the Sunshine Coliseum, you know?
If that document sees the legal light of day, it's gonna put a bit of a damper on the big show. He's a sorry one, that Valant Grammary. Lost that to his partner at work, and in love, too.
Love?
It's the same old story, really. 2 disciples and their mentor's only daughter. What has 3 sides and all of them pointy? A love triangle.
Huh. That is pretty classic.
When you're in a performing troupe, that's your world. It's like family. One with an entire high school's worth of drama, intrigue, and backstabbing.
And in the middle of all this, Thalassa has Trucy. And then she dies. I need to find out more about this Thalassa. Can I present things to you that would help you talk to me about things? What do you know about this stamp? Mr. Brushel, could you take a look at this?
I hear you loud and clear. Loud and clear. So you want me to write an article on that, right? What's the angle?
Actually, no, that's okay. I don't need an article. I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on this.
I hear you. I hear you. You want me to sniff around for a scoop? Will you come to the right news, my friend? It's odorless.
Thanks. Okay, that was less than informative. All right. Let me show you the rights, the performance rights that you notarized. And no, he's got nothing to say. Great. Something is missing. Something specific is missing here. Nail polish? No. The Amazing Mr. Hat? No. Alright, I don't think we have anything new for him yet, but we're clearly not done here. So let's end our search for now, because there's still one more place. We didn't even find any Cyclops on him, which means we're going to have to find some kind of evidence to show to him that will then create his Cyclops, because clearly every single one of these has some kind of Cyclops puzzle.